So this is an aspect of the show where we give you a sense of stories that should be on your front pages but aren't necessarily. While the sale of alcohol will be allowed under level 3 of lockdown restrictions, the sale of tobacco and cigarettes remains prohibited. Concerns have been raised about the illegal sale of cigarettes at inflated prices and the impact this has on particularly township communities and economies. So more residents have expressed their anger and frustration at the inflation of price cigarettes. Take a look at this.
Please stop today! That's is going on in our houses. We're asking us these prices. Stop, you know, we all these people support your shop. Bread, whatever you sell here in the month of Ramadan, you're asking us 100 rand. A packet of cigarettes that you normally pay 22 rand. You make it 50 rand. You don't charge us 100 rand, man. We are suffering here, and you think it's right, and you want to get it from us. Poor people. You think it's right? We need answer now, my bro. How much is the cigarette? It's illegal? Yes. We smokers? Yes. Why you ask 100 rand?
All right, so that's just one of many communities in the country where it appears, of course, residents are just completely upset, for lack of a better term, over the inflated prices of cigarettes. So the Soweto Business Access, one of many lobby groups in the country calling for the ban on the sale of cigarettes to be lifted immediately. The chair and founder of that group, that's Mphuthi, joins us now for a bit more on this. Mphuthi, thanks very much for your time. Welcome to the AM Report. So, you have essentially mentioned that part of your submission is based on the lived experiences of people you've interacted with. Give us a sense of what those experiences are.
Good morning, my brother. First of all, I'd like to state it on record that we love and respect our president, we love and respect our minister, but we have a problem with people that advise our leadership. These are the same people that tell the president that cigarette must not be readily available. Now, what they do not understand is that on the ground, drug dealers are now luring our kids into smoking dacha, into smoking crack cocaine, simply because those are a lot cheaper than cigarettes. So we are calling on our government to give other people in the community an opportunity to be able to voice their opinion about this, because from what we've understood, it is only 2,000 people that spoke to Minister Zuma and told that the cigarette needs to be banned. So we, as Soweto Business Access, are calling on all other organizations and ordinary people to raise their voices and be heard, so that we understand whether South Africa is going to be listening to just 2,000 people or 1 million people that smoke.
Right. And where are you getting those figures from, by the way?
Which figures?
The number of people that the minister has allegedly consulted before arriving at this decision. We obviously know that this is a decision that's also made by the National Coronavirus Command Council, but for the benefit of the viewer, give us a sense of where you're getting these numbers from.
You would remember that the cigarettes were originally declared as available by our president. The ban was going to be lifted on cigarettes, but it is after the minister has gone out in public and got a public opinion that it was then said that based on that public opinion, then the cigarette need to be banned. So we are saying it is only those people that are now being listened to, as opposed to millions of people, including parliamentarians who are smokers, who are now being marginalized. And that's why we are saying, we are calling on all South Africans who are smokers to make their views known. Because those who are smokers, they number over 1 million people compared to the 2,000 people that the minister said convinced that cigarettes need to be banned.
Okay. The issues you raise about, I guess, the changes in behavior that the ban has had on smokers, to me at least, highlights many other social issues, right? We certainly get a sense that it's pushing people to take a bit more drastic action so that they can get a fix, which to me at least looks like there's an underlying issue about how desperate people are to smoke to begin with. Don't you think this presents an opportunity to start having that conversation?
If you look at tobacco products, they go beyond cigarettes. They are necessary products like a snuff. People that are smoking snuff, they are not smoking because they are smoking for fun. They are smoking for medicinal purposes, for traditional purposes.
Now, are all smokers smoking for that, though? Are you saying all
yes.
smokers?
No. I'm talking about tobacco products, including snuff. They are now unavailable. And in the process, it means people that are using snuff for medicinal purposes are now being converted into criminals because they need to get their snuff from people that are unknown. But the critical thing is, when you look at the cigarette price has gone up so much that the drug dealers are now luring our children into being smokers of dagga. But what we do not understand is who are the people that are advising the minister and the president so that they cannot understand the severity of this ban. Every day we see our media flooded with tobacco that is coming from across the border, from places we do not know. That's why we are saying we need to find a way in which South Africans can be able to be vocal about how they need to be protected by the unlifting of the ban. So we as Soweto Business Access are saying we need to make sure that our country's jobs are protected because the people that are working in cigarette companies are South Africans. The people that are growing the tobacco, they are South Africans. But the cigarette that is coming into the country, it is being brought by syndicates who are luring our kids into being criminals, and we are saying South Africa needs to stop this.
Thanks for giving us your take. Certainly appreciate it. It's a story that's going to develop legs, no doubt. We'll certainly continue ventilating some of these views. But let's thank you for now. Mphuthi is the founder and CEO of Soweto Business Access, one of the organizations calling for the ban on cigarettes and tobacco products to be lifted. Appreciate your insights indeed.